Hope you're having a wonderful day today. So today, we're at some new place. You can maybe see on the sign right behind me, right there, Stonehenge. That's the visitor center. You can't actually see it from here. It's a little ways off. We gotta walk. All right, let's go take a look. Stonehenge is a United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural UNESCO World Heritage Site, as well as an English Heritage Site. The visitor center is well provisioned with restrooms, a very large cafe, and an equally large souvenir shop. The visitor center is also about a mile away from Stonehenge, and if you're able to walk, it is preferred to walk. But if you're disabled or unable to make that walk, you can also take the shuttle, which we decide to take. So we decided to take the shuttle. It's about a mile walk. We'll say to walk for the next go around. So it's really pretty out here, but it's very windy today. This boulder, as you can see here, actually predates Stonehenge and may have been part of the reason why it was built in this location, because the stone supports it. So this boulder, as you can see, was actually older than the actual henge. So the thing about it is that this site was built about 4,500 years ago, 3200 BC. But before that, there were other monuments and other structures at this site and at this location that predate even Stonehenge. So this is a really wonderful site if you're into archaeology and thinking about the Neolithic time frame. People were out here building structures well before they had cranes. They were actually able to carve these stones out of the ground, shape them, and stack them. Now these have been restacked and repositioned over the centuries. Stonehenge is also really special because it has astrological alignment. It's lined up with the shortest day of the year and the longest day of the year. So on the shortest day of the year, the sun sets on one side of the circle, and on the longest day of the year, the sun sets on the exact opposite side of the circle. So that's the alignment that's put in place on it when it was originally created. So the stones from Stonehenge are not native to this area. The smaller inner stones, you can't really make them out from here, were actually brought from about 146 miles away. Some of the other stones came from about 30 or 40 kilometers away. It would have taken people, hundreds of people, to move them, and a tremendous amount of time to move the stones and erect them. So can you imagine, in a pre-industrial era, moving stones that weigh up to 30 tons and then setting them in place? Carving them out of the ground really puts you in mind to kind of what happened with the Egyptian pyramids, and also down what happened in South America where they built the pyramids there as well. So you can imagine this probably had some religious significance to the individuals that built it, but what's really known and which cultures built it is not really known who created or built these structures. The way it's set up here is there's a rope. You can kind of see it here. There you go. You're roped off and it swings a wide circle around the hinge. So as you get on one side, you can get a bit closer. This is part of the farthest away, but it just swings you around it so you can see it. You can circle all the way around the hinge. You can see it from all different sides. You kind of get all those different angles and views on it as well. But it's about, I don't know, 200 yards. You know, if you're walking in a circle, that's what's gonna be about 200 yards.
over my shoulder, you can see how they've renovated or restored the Stonehenge rocks with concrete at the base. They left that exposed so that you can see it and observe it from a distance. Renovations have been done several times, the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
So Stonehenge is a Neolithic marvel. To think about how this site was created, to think about the work and energy that went into it. It is also a place where neo-druids come to worship on the summer solstice. I don't know if they come back on the winter solstice, that'd be pretty cold and short days. But on the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, there's festivals and celebrations here at this site. So Stonehenge didn't exist in isolation. There were villages associated with it throughout the eons. So when you go back and think about that Neolithic period, this is a representation of what they believe some of the homes or huts would have looked like that would have surrounded Stonehenge in some of those related villages. As I mentioned, stones for Stonehenge are not native to this region. Some of them were brought from over 140 miles away. This is how they think it could have been done. Imagine how many men it would have taken to move a stone this size. Think about how many people it would have taken. They estimate about 100 men would have been needed to move this. So Stonehenge is a Neolithic marvel if you think about the era when this was created and the amount of energy and effort that went into creating it. So this pretty much wraps up our tour of Stonehenge. We're going to get back on the shuttle and then we're going up to see another site. But yeah, this is really great. If you get an opportunity to come out here, you should definitely try to make it to Stonehenge. Take care.